Heracles, the son of Zeus, along with his 3 sons and his wife Megara, wants to migrate from Thebes to Argos. However, Heracles had been exiled from there because he had killed his uncle Electryon, and he makes a deal with King Eurystheus to return to Argos. His final task was to descend to Hades and bring back the 3-headed dog, Cerberus, into the light. However, Heracles stays underground with Hades for so long that everyone, including his wife, believes he is dead and loses hope. Meanwhile, Megara's father, King Creon, is killed, and a new king from Euboea named Lycos takes his place. Lycos, thinking Heracles is dead and unable to oppose him, wants to kill Heracles' sons, Megara, and his stepfather Amphitryon, to prevent them from seeking revenge for their grandfather's death. The incident begins in front of Heracles' palace. Despite Amphitryon's pleas to Zeus for help, he receives none. Feeling despair, Megara and Amphitryon decide to go to their palace to prepare for death, suggesting that they be killed by sword rather than being burned alive as King Lycos planned. Lycos agrees to their proposal. Megara, of course, is not pleased with the situation, expressing her dismay that their deaths would bring joy to their enemies and questioning if she raised her children for such an end. Just as they are preparing for death, Heracles approaches their palace, longing for the home he hasn't seen in so long. However, upon seeing Megara and her family dressed for death, he is shocked and bewildered. Megara explains everything to him, including the deaths of her father and brothers in the rebellion against Lycos, and how they are now next. Heracles becomes enraged and begins to explain how he will avenge them with great fury. At that moment, Amphitryon appears before the palace. Lycos arrives and informs them that Megara and her sons need to die, not knowing that Heracles is inside. Assuming Heracles is still dead, Lycos enters the palace with his entourage and is killed by Heracles. The people rejoice as they believe Lycos got what he deserved. During Heracles' completion of the 12 labors, he is protected by Zeus, so Hera cannot harm him during this time. However, Iris, the messenger of Hera who hates Heracles for Zeus' infidelity with Alcmene, and the goddess Lyssa suddenly appear in Heracles' palace. Although Lyssa, the goddess of madness, does not want to harm Heracles, she fulfills her duty under Iris' coercion and briefly drives Heracles insane. In his madness, Heracles seeks revenge on Eurystheus for the tasks he was forced to do. Despite Amphitryon and Megara's attempts to stop him, he is not aware of his actions until he kills Eurystheus' sons. Megara, not understanding why Heracles attacked their own children, tries to flee with their surviving son, but they are both shot by Heracles' arrow and killed. After these events, the goddess Athena appears and puts Heracles into a deep sleep by throwing a stone at his chest to save him from his madness. While Heracles is asleep, his father talks to the chorus, the elderly people, in mourning. Theseus, Heracles' old friend whom he saved from the underworld, arrives. Theseus, along with his retinue, has come to help because Lycos has revolted and become the new king of Thebes. Upon arriving at Heracles' palace, Theseus is shocked by what he sees and asks whose children they are. He learns that they are Heracles' children and that Heracles killed them because of Hera's influence. Heracles tries to commit suicide, but Theseus consoles him, reminding him of his past sufferings, his heroism, and his importance to Hellas. Theseus offers Heracles to come to Athens with him, promising him land and a proper funeral when he dies. Heracles accepts Theseus' offer and asks him to accompany him to Argos to claim the reward for defeating the monstrous dog. Heracles embraces Amphitryon, whom he sees as his real father, and bids farewell. He tells Amphitryon that he cannot attend his children's funeral due to the laws, and that he will return to take him from Thebes to Athens after that. With his home tainted by shame, Heracles follows Theseus like a cursed ship laden with curses.